What's going on, guys? It's Ref. Super excited to bring you guys this dev update. This is the first look at the rescue update, which is going to be the next update for EmergeNYC. What you're seeing right now is just a quick time lapse of a man under the bus rescue, and how that works in terms of using the new airbag mechanics, cribbing, the physics. So I'll kind of explain everything going on as the video plays. So what you're seeing here is I'm on scene of a bicyclist hit by a bus, and he's pinned under the bus. I don't know if you can see, he's under that front left tire, just between the wheels. So I placed cribbing and airbags in front and behind the wheel. We don't want to do it on the wheel because that would just lift the suspension. Here I'm just getting some more cribbing in place. I wanted to crib the tires so that it doesn't just fall. So at this point I feel like I can pull him out. This is a new mechanic, is you can now click and drag on the victim or the patient to grab whatever body part you click and try to drag them out from wherever they're stuck. Right here I'm using the Bottlejack, and it's a very good tool for situations like these, or men under the train, which I'll show you guys in a bit. So at this point I try dragging him out again, and this time I'm successful. So pretty much everything in the rescue update is physics based. The collapses, the car accidents have been made so you can drag the ragdoll out of the car now instead of just the carry option. So this is a look at a collapse scenario in the game. There was an explosion in the building and the roof came down. So here I find pretty quickly the trapped person, which they're under all this debris. I'm time-lapsing this stuff because it takes a good amount of time to dig somebody out from a collapse in real life and in the game. So basically every piece of wood and debris that you see can be picked up with your hand or with the mouse. So if you click it with the mouse and hold it, you can carry it and move it. And this is used a lot in the rescue update. As you can see, the ragdoll settings need a little bit of work, but I'm tweaking them to get them there and to prevent little glitchy movements. But when you put the C-collar on, it'll straighten their neck. When you put the splints, it'll straighten their limbs. So in this case I'm using the new Stokes basket, which you can put the patient in, and once he's in the Stokes basket you can carry it like you were carrying a piece of debris, or the new airbag case and cribbing bag. So this whole grab and move mechanic is a big thing in this update. All of the rescue calls are just like the fire calls in the game, meaning they're completely dynamic. So all the debris is never going to be in the same position. The patient won't ever be in the same place. It's always going to be a different scenario with different challenges. So in this case, the patient was in a different spot. The fire was in a different area. So the whole scenario was different. So in order to be able to move the patient, you have to make sure that all of their limbs are free and not trapped under any debris or trapped under anything heavy. So when you go to pull them out, the physics will take over, and it'll be hard to pull them out, or impossible to pull them out if they're still pinned. One thing that I still need to complete is the multiplayer networking. My idea with that is to be able to pass each other debris in the Stokes basket, and each piece of debris be synced so that you can help each other clear out an area in a quicker amount of time, as well as the patient's bone positions and whatnot, so that everybody is seeing the same thing and they can work together to free the person. Moving certain pieces of debris can shift the whole debris pile and cause secondary collapses. So on top of these mechanics, there'll be mechanics for dynamic damage to the patient and the player, depending on debris, how big it is, how fast it's moving. So those are all things that are going to be included in this update and kind of change the dynamic of the game. All of the physics that you're seeing, including the ragdoll and the debris, will be tweaked so that it all works and looks as realistic as possible, including the weights and the mass of the objects and the patients and whatnot. So this is all just pretty early examples of what I've been working on and the direction I'm taking this rescue update in. I wanted to think, how can I do it differently and unique, and I went into purely physics-based stuff. I didn't want to just do animations and pre-made things. I wanted it all to be dynamic and changing, and you can kind of perform the rescue and how you want to do it. If you want to use airbags or struts or Bottlejacks or cribbing or whatever, you have all those tools. So here I'm using the strut to hold up the second floor of the building that I'm about to search. Here you can see an outside view of that collapse. You've also got a torch which you can use to get through rebar, which can be everywhere and the building collapses and block, ways to patients or exit, or to just clear the way. You've also got a drill, a hand drill to drill through small pieces of concrete that might be blocking the way as well. Here you can see the cribbing bag, which is found on the rescue and the truck companies. So the cribbing bag has preset cribbing. You've got chalk, you've got 4x4 steps, and just a piece of plywood. The cool thing is you can scale and kind of modify the chalk to fit how you need it to. This is the airbag case, which has 4 different types of airbags, just different sizes, and you got 4x4, 2x2 right here, and they all work the same, just different sizes and just times you gotta use them. 7x3 right here, and the last one is 1x1 for those tight spaces. So here's the first look at the man under the train calls. So this was one that I really had to think, how am I gonna do this right and make it something interactive. So just like the other calls, it's physics based, so you have this huge heavy train car on top of somebody. You have to figure out how to get them out from underneath it. So you have all the tools that I've already shown to use to your advantage. So in this case, I'm using the Bottlejack, which is pretty much the best tool for the man under the train. I put it in a bad spot, so it barely lifted the train before the Bottlejack was fully extended. So I went ahead and used a cribbing on the rail, and then I laid an airbag on top of it. And with that, I inflated it. I was able to get the train car elevated a few inches, which was enough for me to be able to get an angle and drag the victim from out underneath the train car, as you can see. Then I loaded him in the Stokes basket, put him on the platform. And here's another way, if you have a person who's pinned between the train and the platform, you can use this technique to push the train, horizontal displacement. You're pushing the train from the platform, so you're able to make a gap and pull that person out from being pinned between the train and the platform. So in this front view over here, I'll show you, you can see how much we were able to get the train car off of the platform. So there's different techniques. You can mess with different cribbing and airbag combinations. It's up to you. I'll be showing you guys some examples of some of the new fires that I've added in the game. These will be across all the maps, including Montgomery County. There will be some new fires in that map as well. This is one of the newest buildings. It's a 4-story multiple dwelling, and every floor has 4 apartments. So you can see it's got a full interior. Here's one of the new buildings. Next you'll see some of the collapse scenarios. So there are plenty of collapse calls and rescue calls in this update. Next thing we'll be showing in the rescue update is water rescues, trench rescues, and confined space rescues. Here's a preview of LC's new trucks, his new lighting, new sounds for the still water units.